left lower lobe is 1.8. That's the one with the SUV of 2.9.
Have you been coughing up any blood?
No. But it's becoming more difficult to breathe.
I'll be happy. Read. You can copy this and we'll give it to him.
I didn't hear anything of what you said.
I said I'll be happy to give you a copy of the report so that you have it with you, which shows worsening of the lung masses and the fact that there are multiple lesions. Whenever there's multiple lesions, the radiation oncologists do not want to do stereotactic because it's called cherry picking, and you can't cherry pick when there are too many to pick. It doesn't help you then. So the treatment would be
You're talking about with the CyberKnife, right?
with the CyberKnife. The treatment would be IV drug immunotherapy with either two drug combination with nivolumab and ipilimumab, or we can try pembrolizumab with axitinib, which is an oral pill. Everything that I do comes with a baggage of side effects. There are no freebies. Now, all of the checkpoint inhibitors, all the MABs that I'm talking about, they all can cause inflammation anywhere in the body. Lungs, thyroid, adrenal glands, liver, pancreas, everything. But it also, there's data very clearly that it prolongs survival and people tend to do well. But there is a baggage of side effects. I can't say there are no side effects. It's about 10% or more people will get some degree of side effects. Most people tolerate it well for years on end without any problem. Occasionally people can't. The other combination of chemotherapy that I would recommend would be pembrolizumab with something called axitinib. The axitinib, one major side effect that it causes is blood pressure to go up. It can cause others, liver functions to become abnormal, and when that becomes abnormal, I have to back off, I have to give you steroids. We have to monitor you very carefully, no matter what. It's not something that I can tell you to take a pill and go home and not be bothered by it. It doesn't work that way. And I will be happy to present you at the tumor board where all the radiation oncologists are there, so that they can tell me if they can really do CyberKnife. And then I'll call you back after the presentation and tell you.
You don't call me back.
I will call you back.
You say you will, but you don't.
I call.
The only reason I know about this appointment is that I've investigated myself, right, online and found it. No one notified me of this appointment, and I think it's kind of important.
I don't notify anybody of appointments. It's done by somebody else, so I can only request that.
Well, whoever's doing it isn't doing it. Okay?
You have
And
my card.
it's frustrating, you understand?
I do, but then you have my card. You have my telephone number.
No, you called me 2 weeks ago on a
Yes,
Friday. 2
yes.
weeks ago this Friday.
Yes, the moment I
And
got
said
your
you would
request.
call me back, and you never did.
I'm sorry if I didn't. I apologize.
Well, I'm just saying that the communications here is just really
I did call you
stupid.
back. I couldn't get back to you.
That-
That was the problem. was
That
the
message
challenge.
thing that's on the internet. I have 20 listings there, and I don't know what 3/4 of them are. If I want Dr. So-and-so, they're not listed. And why aren't they listed? It
I'll
would
tell you
be
what,
so
I'm
much
going to
easier
take-
on patients.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to take you to Tony on Tuesday, not this week, not the coming week, the following week. This is what? What's next Tuesday? The 8th,
Next
15th?
Tuesday, yes.
No, it's the 15th. I will present you at tumor board and I'll call you on the 15th at some point, and then I'll get back to you and say, hey, what would everybody and anybody do if they'll be willing to do the radiation for the.
What
cyber
happens
knife.
if we do nothing?
The tumors will grow. It's not growing rapidly, but they're all growing, so it'll happen, and then there'll be a fine balance between your shortness of breath that'll get worse. That would be the problem.
Yeah, and how much time are we talking here?
I can't, you're looking very good. I can't tell you how much time. You've had this for more than a year or two. You can be around for quite a few years with this if it's growing so slowly.
Well, that's what I figured.
But if you do the treatment, you could live longer. That's the purpose of treatment.
For what? I'm 77, you understand? I have done everything I ever wanted to do, with the exception of the thing that I can't do now, which is travel. See? And I can't travel because of this thing. So it's really simple to me. You know, this oncologist that I had before, this Dr. Freeman, you know, he put it in terms of end of life, which was a shock to me at the time because I didn't think I was anywhere near that. But that was almost 2 years ago.
I can't say you're going to live.
In the meantime, nothing has happened. Zero. I don't have a diagnosis. You can't tell me what kind of cancer I have.
My guess is this is all the kidney cancer. And I would recommend a biopsy. If you can't do the biopsy, I said I'm willing to bite the bullet if you're willing to bite the bullet and get treated. But I can't do the treatment.
I don't understand what you mean by the allegory, bite the bullet.
That
She
means
means she would treat you without a biopsy.
without a
result.
biopsy. Normally, I don't treat anybody without having a diagnosis. What am I treating for? But I'm willing to take my chances and treat you if you're willing to take that chance.
I don't see the point of getting another needle biopsy because I've had two
I know that.
and they were both inconclusive.
I'm going to ask the radiologist when I walk out of here if they can tell me if they can biopsy it or not. And if they feel the risk is too high, then I think I'm willing to treat you without the biopsy. But you have to tell me that that's okay.
So let's talk about the treatment.
That's what I just talked to you about.
Yeah, I
There
know.
are two drugs called nivolumab, and I'll give you the printout of all of them.
Please.
Assuming this is kidney cancer, that's the presumption.
See? 2 years. No diagnosis.
I mean, to be fair to Dr. Iyer, if the biopsy doesn't show anything, it's not something.
I
she
can't
can-
understand what you're saying.
I mean, if the biopsy doesn't show anything, there's no way Dr. Iyer can. Do you know what I mean? Like, she can't conjure up the diagnosis without the biopsy. And if the biopsy was non-diagnostic, I mean, she can't control that.
Yeah, that's right.
All she can
Yeah.
do is treat if the biopsy is positive. But if the biopsy is not
It's a
positive,
chemistry thing, is it not?
No,
No.
you cannot know until you have the biopsy results, which unfortunately in your case have been inconclusive. So
it's very bad luck, but
Yeah.
it's not anybody's fault.
It's definitely not my fault because I didn't do the biopsy.
Are any of them in a place where they could do like a bronchoscopic biopsy or something?
I'm going to show it to everybody. I'll present him a tumor board from last people because we've done this before. So. There are oral drugs. They are not considered. Ideally, we like to do 2 drugs. But if you don't want to do the IV medication, I can put you on a single agent. That's not the standard of care, but I can do it, and you can take the oral pill. The oral pill is also chemotherapy. It's not like it's not chemotherapy.
No chemo.
They're all chemicals that work.
All the treatment for this
Will
would be
be chemo.
chemotherapy.
Well, then forget it.
Okay.
I'll pay for it myself. That's what it's all about, is money.
What? It has nothing to do. What do you want to have?
I want to have CyberKnife. I
that's
want
not
to hit some of the
possible.
larger ones. If they can't get them all, because there are too many of them, let's kill the big ones.
That's why I said I'll present you a tumor board. And
Please do.
And I'll ask their radiologist, radiation oncologist if they're.
For you to
willing
tell me that there are too many for CyberKnife, it's just bogus as far as I'm concerned.
Well, sir, I hate to disagree with you, but
I'm going to go look at it now with the radiologist, and I'll come back. And I'll come back and call you on the 15th. I'll let you know. Okay. That's what I'll do. I'll give you a call on the 15th.
So what do you want me to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey Tony, Mr. Timothy Kelly wants an appointment, he needs an appointment on Tuesday, the 15th evening, because the tumor board is in the afternoon between 12 and 1, or on Wednesday morning, one of the two, so I can call him. And he said he did not get a call about today's appointment, and he's highly upset about that. So I'm just letting you know.
What do you mean he didn't get a call?
I don't know what, he said he never knew he had an appointment. Anyway,
Really?
can you give him the appointment, so I'll put the order in, and can you give him an appointment on the either 15th afternoon, a time so that I can call him on at a fixed time. Wednesday morning may be even smarter, because then it may be easier for me to make sure that I call him at 8 o'clock.
What's his last word again, ma'am?
6986.
Alright, I'll call him right now.
He's right here.
Oh, I thought you said he didn't know he had an appointment.
For today, he said he didn't know, that's why, and you can come.
Okay.
So, I'm just, we wanna put it down on, the September the 16th,
Okay.
8 o'clock, is that okay?
Yeah, I'll put him in.
Thank you.
Alright, just need the RTC. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Are you available at 8 o'clock, is that okay time?
It's, yeah. If I have to, I can, in this building?
No, I'll call you.
In this building?
No, it's
So
a
call
phone
your
appointment.
phone.
It's a
That's what
phone
I'm
appointment.
Okay.
You're going to be there, so if you want to come in person, she'll be there. I won't be here, we can still do it on that day.
Do you want it on the phone or you wanna come in?
I don't want to come into this building unless
Okay,
it's
so
absolutely
then I'll have to make a
necessary.
phone call at 8 o'clock to you. She'll also be here that day, so we can make it a joint call.
So we're done.
No, we don't need to examine you. He's gonna examine.
So what?
He has to do a physical exam quickly,
For what?
just to make sure there are no other lumps and bumps that we can see, and listen to your heart and lungs. You just sit down there.
Alright, just take a deep breath for me.